This conference will now be recorded.
From Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, and Cambridge, England, we present Startup Masters. Hi, I'm your host, Nick Palavita, and along with our co-host, Kim Calhoun.
Hi, everyone.
Today, we have a very special guest from across the pond in Cambridge, England, Daniel Diebold. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Welcome,
Thanks so
Daniel.
much.
Yes, and
Pleasure being here.
yeah, Daniel, and you're the head of Kairos Society Europe, is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, wow. Tell us, what is the Kairos Society?
So the Kairos Society is a community of entrepreneurs that work on problems worth solving. And by problems worth solving, we mean something that makes the world a better place. So a lot around affordability, but also in Kairos Europe, one of our main topics is climate change, right? So anything that creates positive impact that makes the world better, that's what we're working on, because we think smart minds, young people shouldn't just work on the next Uber, the next Tinder. They should work on big problems, and that is what Kairos is about.
Right. And
Well, it's about bringing quality of life, utilizing technology and other resources that we have to establish quality of life, right?
Yeah, exactly. The world is changing so quickly these days, right? And there's so much new technology, and there's so many incredible things we can do with AI, with blockchain, with IoT. They're buzzwords, right? Some people can't hear them anymore even, but they can do amazing things. Blockchain can help make funds more accessible, help people from South Africa or from India to get access to double-digit returns in German real estate, right? So we're kind of figuring out how can we use these technologies to make life better for people everywhere.
And right. You've had some very famous people in the Cairo Society. I mean, it's please forgive me, but it's something that I have not been aware of until I met you, and I think it's a very fabulous program, but you've got some really famous people that support you.
Yes.
Share with us how this evolves. How do people get involved with your organization?
So we do have what we call a fellowship, right, which is for entrepreneurs 25 or younger. There's nominations. You can't apply yourself. You get nominated, and we started doing that since 10 years now, right? And so it's been quite a while. And what naturally happens if you unite people who want to make the world better, they start recommending awesome people, and naturally incredible people start helping you out, right? And this is what we've seen as well. I think if your vision is strong, that's what always happens, and that's what happened to us as well. So it's not that we particularly reached out to some of those big names and said, look, you need to help us right now. Initially, yes, but now it happens somewhat naturally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
you're a great feeling, isn't it, to have that just start coming to you? Yeah.
And you're an international organization, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, even though you're in Cambridge, England, there are people in the United States who are a member of Kairos Society, correct?
Yes, Kairos got founded in the US, right?
It got founded in the US. Okay, so we're good for something over here. I was hoping that would be true. Also,
share that story with us. Share a little bit about how it was founded.
Yeah, how was this thing started? Good question.
So yeah, the initial idea actually was, what if the people changing the world already knew each other 20 years before that happens, and they pull on one string all together and work together to make this happen? How much more efficient would that be? How much more could we achieve in life, right? So it started out actually pretty similar to Facebook, with college students solely. Right, it started at Wharton, and it was initially just Wharton students, and then it started spreading, and now it's an international organization, and now people from everywhere, people in Asia, people in Europe, are part of this society.
Well, you're kind of like your own social media network, right? Kind of like your own group of LinkedIn people, but it's just the Kairos Society.
But
much smaller.
But people actually have to make.
You know what? That's better. That's because you communicate better. You pull your resources.
Well, you have to make an application to join. It's like going to college. They just don't let everybody in. You have to apply. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, we're actually really adamant about finding the right people with the right mindset.
Right.
So track record and founding an organization is important, but we're also looking for people who have the right mindset, because if you get those together, magic happens. And there
Right.
can be people who are quite toxic and
Yep.
could be harmful to the community.
Right.
So we're actually really
Get rid of
careful
them.
with
Get rid of those guys. What about this guy Bill Clinton right down below there? Does was he able to walk into the Kairos Society? You guys let him in?
Nick,
We made an
he's
exception, right?
brilliant.
Oh, you made an
Bill's
exception.
brilliant.
Well, he's not under 25, is he? Let me
Yeah,
see.
true. We do have a lot of mentors and
Okay,
supporters and advisors involved,
great.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, if you guys looking for I think Forbes called him the best connected person in the world. Look for Uncle Jane, who has an amazing network and who
All
can.
right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say he does. And of course, you have the Cairo Europe Summit. You do that.
Yes.
How many
True.
years has that been going on?
The Kairos Youth Summit actually just 2 years. So
2 years.
it's a fairly young event. Yes.
Okay, great. Gives an opportunity to go to Europe, kind of like that, right? See good parts of Europe.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, and then you have this guy. He does
Oh
airplane.
wow, who doesn't like
Is,
Richard? I mean, he
is he
is
from?
fabulous.
Wait a minute. He's not from the United States though. Isn't he like in
Exactly.
Europe or somewhere? He's a European dude, right?
I
Yes.
think he lives on his own island, Nick. I don't know where.
Oh, he got some island. Yeah. Well, somebody say I
Yes,
live on. Somebody, I have my own planet, or at least somebody said I live on my own planet, so I guess he can have his island. All right. Some of those influential leaders, blah blah blah. Oh,
but
say
I
Richard
mean, to
Branson.
have
It's
people
good.
like Richard Branson endorsing your organization, being a part of it. I mean,
Hmm.
how fabulous is that? I mean,
Yeah.
to know that someone is behind you like this.
Thanks, right? But this is only one small part to a systemic approach, right? There's so many different layers when it comes to solving big challenges in the world, and one is definitely accessing the right people and who can open the right doors for you, right? But then you also need to come up with good ideas and good solutions, and this is why we founded the Kairos Europe Summit, right? Which you just brought up. So that is where many of the great ideas we come up with arise at the summit. And then we also have a thing called the impact generator, which is another part of the big systemic solution we try to build, which supports these project 24/7, right? So what we don't want to bring across is that Kairos is only about super incredible, hard to access people. That definitely plays a role, but in the end, it's about changing the world and anyone, right? There's people who haven't raised a single dollar who are part of Kairos because they have the right mindset, they fit to the vision, and they're definitely gonna make an impact at one point in time. So they're part of this, right? So it's not that we're hyper exclusive and you only get in if you've already founded a unicorn venture. That helps, but it's not the only thing we're looking for.
Okay, and you have iGen. You just discussed. Was that iGen that you discussed? Because I'm
Exactly.
looking back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Kairos 50. What's a Kairos 50? Talk to me.
So every year we look for the 50 most incredible companies we can find on this planet, right? That all focus around affordability. And we give them a lot to help them achieve their vision, right? So we invest in them, but we also showcase them. We give them access to media. We bring them in contact with incredible people. We give them free access to events, all of this, right? Because if you've identified an individual that makes the world a better place, all you need to do is just to give them all the tools and resources they need to make that vision come true. And by doing that, you're also contributing in making the world a better place. And that's our role. That's what we do.
Okay, what is deal flow report? What's a deal flow report?
That's another means of helping people to get or helping our Kairos fellows to make the vision come true quicker. So what helps a lot is money, right? And what we do every quarter, we feature our startups in what we call a deal flow report, and over 100 investors read that, and many of them say, "Look, this is a very interesting startup. Put me in touch." That's what we do, and suddenly they have more money, more power to work on that issue, which we already identified as worth solving. And yeah, that's why we do that deal flow report.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay. And then there's Kairos Ventures. What's the Kairos Fund and Kairos Venture?
Yeah, so we do have our own fund. It mostly operates in the US. And whenever we identify, so you can imagine it like this: the community is here, the K50 is here, the fund is here. So in very specific ventures, which we want to support ourselves as well, where we say this really needs not only investment, but also us making the right connections in terms of network and so on, and going in a little bit deeper. And then this is part of the Kairos Fund. And those are the startups we believe are truly going to change the world, the way people live and so on. Yeah.
Okay. And then there's EWAR. What's an EWAR?
So,
EWOR.
EWAR is entrepreneurship without risk. And
Okay.
this is initiative.
I like that.
I want to know how you do that, Daniel. Okay, talk to me.
Exactly, right. This sounds very like an oxymoron, right?
Right.
How do those two fit together? Entrepreneurship,
Right.
no risk. It doesn't work, right? I believe it does. And this is mostly focused in Europe, because in Europe we have, I'd say, a mindset problem. We're afraid of failure. We don't just found our company and see what happens. Opportunity costs are super high. What I did 2 years ago is I spoke to larger corporations and I told them, look, what if you would fund an entrepreneur that helps you disrupt your own company? Would that be worth paying a wage? And they said, yes, definitely. So I said, look, we have access to so many incredible entrepreneurs. We can help you do that. And we did that. One of the pilot projects, for instance, turns beer brew waste, very European, beer brew waste into biodegradable packaging. Right.
Okay.
So there's these amazing things. If people, maybe they wouldn't have founded a company otherwise, we don't know, but we help these people found their corporations by being backed by a large corporation and make their vision come true. So this is our way of getting more people involved in entrepreneurship and working towards that goal of making the world a better place, not only from inside, but also from outside, and pulling new ventures in and creating new ventures.
And anyone can sign up. You have a newsletter, so anyone can sign up on the newsletter and get the newsletter. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, but they just have to find the website, which is the Kairos Society Europe website, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, and then I noticed that there's a lot of people over in Europe. What are all those little K's everywhere? What's going on there?
So those are all the regions we're represented in, right? So,
wow. Okay.
For instance, we're not yet in Estonia, for instance, which is a super interesting country doing amazing things. So,
actually, they are in Estonia.
Actually, yeah.
Right, and Lithuania also is doing a lot in Lithuania and Estonia. I think Estonia is like one of the highest connected countries in the world, or something, in terms of their internet speed. You know?
Yeah, very true. And they have impressive initiatives like e-citizenship and so on, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, they're really leading edge. Yeah, you know, we'll have to do one of those Cairo Europe summits there. You know, wake up talent, I guess. You know,
that would definitely be interesting.
Yeah, something
Nick
great.
wants to travel.
Oh, I just want to go to Europe. Right. You know, well, we're running out of time. You know, but this has been really great, because a lot of people in the United States, they don't know about the Kairos Society, but they really should look it up. And we want to thank Daniel.
It's one of these things where you're bringing a small group of people with like-mind missions to change the world for a better place. And I think Kairos Society is doing a fabulous job. I look forward to an opportunity of joining you one day in the future, and you know, you'll be meeting Nick real soon.
Well, physically, I mean, we can always beam you in, Kim. I mean, this isn't rocket science. I mean, we work all over the world. But anyway, we do want to thank Daniel.
You know what?
Cambridge.
This has come true, and I said this in my speech at North Carolina State's commencement, that the one thing we haven't reached yet is beam me in, Scotty.
Yeah, well,
I said I didn't want to be a part of that, but guess what?
We are. Beam in. We do want to thank Daniel from the Kairos Society, and want to thank you all from watching Startup Masters. And of course, Kairos Society has its own channel on IBM TV, so you can see it there also as well. But thank you for watching IBM TV.
And we'll see you next time, and beam you up.
Beam you in.